number 1. And that's going to be a dry break. As we've mentioned time and time again, got to get that break working as quickly as possible. Phil Davis electing to play safe right off the rip. Joe Dupuis coming over the turn safe. And that was pretty good. I don't believe the 1 ball can get by the 5 ball at all, to be honest. I'm not really sure what his plan of attack is going to be right here. And he's looking to see if that 1 ball's frozen. And that's good. And that's going to be a foul. Ball in hand. Joe did not make a successful kick there. Table is open. There's a couple of things that you need to maneuver around. I don't know how Phil feels about this combination on the 2-9 there. The 9 ball is not on the rail, and it does look like he's playing position to get on that combination. And he does. So it's obvious that he does like that shot. I don't know if he's actually going to play it directly into the 9 ball or if he's going to play 2 into the rail first and then pocket the 9 ball. I'm not sure how he likes this one here. He did play rail first, but that was just not executed properly. I'm gonna expect to see Joe possibly kicking behind the 4 ball, even though he can see the edge of the 2. I don't think he wants to send the cue ball up table, leaving it close to that 9 ball, unless he can really hide that. And he was able to do that. So again, if that's what he saw, if he was comfortable shooting that, then I say go ahead with that. Phil Davis looking to possibly make the 9 ball off the backside of the 2. And he's going to get the cue ball right in the hole. Slight disappointment there on Phil's end. Joe Dupuis taking his time, making sure he's not going to make any unforced errors. He knows what he's going to do on the 2. He knows what he's going to do on the 3. But he needs to make sure he has ideal shape on the 3 to get to his 4. I believe he's going to be playing the 4-9 combination. I believe that's the angle he was looking for right there. So you're going to see him bump this cue ball off the rail after pocketing the 2, giving him a decent angle on the 3, like that. And not sure his plan of attack here. I don't know if he's going to draw. He might just try to place him outside and come between the 5 and the 8 there. And he elects to go around. And here he goes. Joe Dupuis looking for the combination. And he executes. Cue ball is safe. Very nice shot by Mr. Joe Dupuis. Coming up with the W in rack number 1. Folks, make sure you're checking out our sponsors. Got Classic Signs out of Coventry, Rhode Island. Check out their website, classicsignsri.com. And also MD Promotions, the New England 9-ball series. They are huge supporters of our stream here, and they do a lot of great things in the New England area as far as pool is concerned. Also, Checkered Flag Landscaping. That's Ryan Lynham's company there. Checkered Flag Landscaping. They can help you out in the Rhode Island area with all of your landscaping needs. Also, Outsville. They provided those wonderful templates that we are using right there. And also, Player Organized Pool, the POP system. That's what we are using to run this event behind the scenes over here. Lots of great software from Mr. Tom Peterson. He's worked really hard at building something great there, and I can't wait to see what that can turn into in the future. And Joey's really focused here, making sure nothing out of the ordinary is going to happen here. And I think that his pre-shot was okay, but when he got down, he just got down and pushed, and that was not advisable. Phil's got the 2-ball as an obstruction for his cueing here. And you could tell by the way that he followed through with that stroke that he was very uncomfortable with how close the 2-ball was to his shaft on that shot. Very uncomfortable cueing. Joey just taking a lap, seeing what he's comfortable doing here. I expect him to cut this 1-ball into the bottom left of your screen right there and just swing the cue ball 2 rails, possibly contacting the 9-ball. But I think he's maybe looking for another avenue as far as a 2-way shot is concerned. And Joey comes a little long there, blocking his shot on the 2-ball. He's going to go with a 2-rail kick here. He's looking to hit the rail right next to the 5-ball. Little extra speed there. Too much mustard on there. You know, it's very comfortable kicking at a ball at a decent speed. However, it is... it's not easy to control the outcome at that type of speed. Phil Davis executing very well there. Just wants to come right above the 5 like so. You see a little draw stroke here. It's going to come just above the 6. This is just going to be a roll in. It's going to actually place you directly on the line of the 7. You don't really need to move the cue too much. Just like that. Now, this is going to be a preference here. I think he's just going to play just a bit of outside top. Roll straight above the 8, just like that. And he's going to shoot the 8 and the 9 in the same hole. You know, as I mentioned earlier on today when we saw Phil on the stream, he's got a very, very clean set of mechanics in his stroke. It's very, very clean. You know, he's not really whacking at the ball too much. He's never just swinging for the fences, looking for a home run or something like that. So He's very, very fundamentally sound, I should say. All right, here we go. We got Phil Davis breaking in rack number 3. We're all tied up at 1 game apiece, and this is just a race to 5. All right, so Phil Davis with a successful break. He's got a funny shot here on the 1 ball. He was able to pocket that. Phil really trying to focus on this 3 ball here. It's kind of touchy. That 7's kind of blocking his path. And he executes a defensive shot. However, he did leave Joey a clear shot here. He can see the 3 ball pretty clear. He's going to be able to manipulate something here. That was a very nice safe there. I think he was hoping to get that cue ball a little bit closer to that 9 ball. We talk about that a lot on the stream here. So, you know, the level of safety there was not at the top level. So you could see a made shot or a return safety with this level of play. Definitely making contact there, 100%. All right, so Joey looking to complete this rack here. Really just need to focus. Joey's more than capable. Just need to maintain focus. Joey's going to come up and around. Pocket this in the side. Got to hold on to your cue ball there. A little overstroke, but luckily Joe Dupuis has lots of tricks up his sleeve, and he's able to execute just about anything on a pool table. And that is a familiar shot. Remember seeing that shot missed earlier by Joe on the stream. Not sure if that's just some kind of a kryptonite shot for him, or if he is just a little out of sorts right now. I don't normally see Joe miss shots. Phil Davis coming up very short on his 9 ball. He's going to be shooting this into the side pocket. He's going to leave this cue ball close to the bottom rail. Very well executed 9 ball. And Phil Davis going up 2 games to 1 over Joe Dupuis. lots of fans of that Outsville racking template is very, very strong. Lots of people feel good about it. I like the rack myself. I think it's very easy to use, and I think it's more durable than a plastic rack. And it's also got the promotional benefits of being able to put some custom graphics on there, which is really cool. All right, here we go. Phil Davis breaking in rack number 4. And we are racing a 5 here. He's leading 2-1. No, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right there. See how Phil Davis broke there? He's got a nice wide open rack. I mean, that's going to win you games. If you're able to execute that, most players can win after the break if the table's wide open. But it's really just getting that opportunity. And if you can dictate that opportunity rack after rack, you are definitely going to be favored in a match. Just heard the announcement they're going to be rolling their break contest right over there on table number 8. Got a nice custom Ben Archer cue with 2 shafts up for grabs for the winner of that break contest. Winner will be chosen tomorrow. Phil Davis looking really good. Well executed there. A little close to the 8 ball. Didn't want to get that close. Nonetheless, he's going to be fine here. Just see him pocketing this ball. He's probably going to shoot both balls in the same hole. Just going to roll across the table, 2 rails. Bink, bink, just like that. And the 9 ball is going to be sent directly into that hole. And he is going to go up 3-1 here in our race to 5. Very, very sound fundamentals from Phil Davis. Very, very clean strokes. Very clean. So, I got to say, this has been a pretty good day so far. Lots of players in the room. Everybody having a good time. I don't see many issues at all. Everybody's kind of just calm, hanging out in their own world. And we're here honoring Mr. Larry Liscotti's legacy. And there we go again. You see Phil maintaining his position with the 1, 2, 3 going up the table. He's pocketing the wing ball. And I'll tell you, if he continues to break that way, Joey doesn't really have to shoot anymore. And unfortunately, that would be the end of Joey's run. Strictly based on the format, double elimination. These guys are both on the 1-loss side. The loser of this match is out of the tournament and cannot participate any longer. So Phil's looking to play this 2 ball in the corner. No, he's playing safe. He elected to play safe. You know, I don't mind that. If he was a little bit better on the 2-ball, I think he definitely would have went offense there, but you never really want to have to give the table back to someone else because you don't know what could happen. Somebody can even just get lucky. It really won't matter. Really won't matter what happens if your opponent gets lucky. So, you know, you really don't want to give up the table if you do not have to. Joey's got a clear shot at this 2-ball. He's looking to avoid the 8-ball. He actually used it to his advantage. Well played, well played. And he is rolling. Welcome back. Some of you guys just coming back to the stream. Got Chris Freeman. Hi, Mike. Thanks for the stream, bud. You're welcome, Chris. Thank you for tuning in. Got a good matchup right here. Got Phil Davis and Joe Dupuis. Phil Davis is up 3-1 in a race to 5. Almost pocketing the 9-ball with that 5-ball stroke. Well, Phil doesn't have any issues here. He should be able to complete this rack, no problem. Just a hair of outside to avoid sticking to the rail. Just going to roll this 9-ball in, and Phil Davis is going to be on the hill 4 games to 1 over Joe Dupuis in this race to 5. This is a very, very quick match here. Both of these guys really don't have to take their time too much. They know what they're doing for the most part, and you know, they both have a good rhythm at the table. They're not taking forever. And there you see Phil using that Outsville AccuRack. We love it. Thank you, Chris Renfro. We appreciate your support. Much appreciated, sir. And here we go, back to table 1. Phil Davis to break in rack number 6. He's on the hill. And he pocketed a ball. He's got a clear shot at the 1. Both things that we are looking to do every time we get to the table. And to be honest, I think Joey has shot his last ball. Unfortunately, Phil is looking pretty sporty from here. He underhits the 1-ball. Underhits the 1-ball. And he did not leave himself in a great position. I hope he can actually still hit this 2-ball, which I think he can. But he is definitely out of line. Misses the 2-ball. This is Joey's opportunity here. Joey really needs to put something together here. He cannot afford to let Phil return to the table unless he is frozen behind a ball, stuck to a rail, and no clear ball to pocket. Nicely executed there. He's just going to roll this one into the side. Got to try to stay close to the rail here because of where the fall ball is. Aha, Joey decided to go in front of that to avoid that confrontation altogether. Now, there is no give up in Joe Dupuis. Believe me when I tell you. Joey's been in worse positions than this, and he has been able to come out on top. Folks asking about the online brackets. I just posted in the comments a link to the online brackets. You can see where everybody is standing in the event right now. Yeah, so in this event, you guys are asking about pattern racking, Brian Anderson. Great question. So, yes, you can rack the balls in a particular order. That is okay. And the reason that that was allowed is because it was not specified prior to the start of the event. We're not going to just throw a random rule out in the middle of a tournament. So that was really something that we just didn't cover in the rules. And you know, we got to be fair and just say, hey, we didn't specify pattern racking or no pattern racking, whatever. So if it wasn't specified, then that's how we're going to do it there. Unfortunately, Joe Dupuis coming up dry on that last break and scratching. I'm sorry, he didn't. He came up dry and scratched. So Phil has a clear look at the table here. You know, Joey is definitely lacking on the break end of this match. And Phil Davis is lacking on the position on the 3 in this match because he just rolled directly behind the 9 ball. And we're going to see him kicking at this. I don't see him trying to tie anything up here. I kind of just see him kicking at this. Apparently he doesn't want to try to make the ball. He's just going to try to get it out of there. Somewhat containing. Joey's got a clear hit at the 3 ball. Not really anything you can do with it, though. So you're going to have to be very creative here. I think there's a chance you can play the 3 off the 6 on the side. The carom looks like it is on. May need to play some English on the cue ball to help that along, but I don't think he recognized that that shot was there. And that's unlike Joe. He usually is able to recognize any options there, but it is getting later. Sometimes our brains aren't working on all cylinders, not running on all cylinders at this hour. It is carrying along. Phil has made a decision here. He played that with the speed to have the cue ball come way back above so that the 3 and the cue ball would be separated pending a miss. Unfortunately, the cue ball contacted another object ball and held it right there. So Joey's got a makeable shot on the 3 ball. Joey was not looking to hit that 9 ball underneath. He's looking to hit it on the top of that so he could still come back up the table. This is very, very crucial here. Not sure if the shot is on, but it looks as though Joe would be able to bank the 4 ball towards that top corner and send the cue back up table just like that. That's the shot I was going to mention there. And it was on. It offered position and safe values there. I think Phil actually has the avenue right between the 8-9. Is that not incredible? Oh, and he contacts the 9 on his way up. Remember, folks, it is getting somewhat late. I don't think that was a cueing error. I think that was a visual error. He might not have been able to see exactly what was available there. Joey's got a clear table here. Got to get good on the 6, and that should be all that is required to take this rack down. A little bit short on the 6 ball there. Not sure if he's going to avoid hitting the 7 ball or if he's going to hit into it. He's just going to come underneath it. And is he going to leave the shot is the question at this point. Did he leave him the shot? I don't believe so. The Massey might be available, hitting the rail first and then contacting the 6 ball. So we're going to go with a no as Phil elects to play from the other side. And he's going to leave it right out in the open. Joey will gladly accept that position. He doesn't want to get straight here. He's got his angle. He's got enough there. Going to see him draw underneath the 8 ball. Just like that. And he's going to shoot the 8 and the 9 in the same hole. A little drag draw here. And there he goes. All right, and there you have it. Joe Dupuis taking another game there, 4-3 in favor of Phil Davis. We still have a lot of pool to play here. Joey really needs to get this break to work out for him. He really needs that break to work. I mean, that is just a monster piece of this match here. I mean, in pool in general, of course, but just really, really need to make the break work here. I mean, Phil's breaks have been pretty much perfect. A little close to his work on the 2 ball there, but you see what happens when you don't actually attack that 2 ball, where he opted to play safe. He ended up losing that rack. That could have been a victory right there. So Joey does make the wing ball. Is he going to get a clear shot here? He's going to get stuck on the 5 ball. Joey has called a push out. He is going to be pushing out. Not sure where he's going exactly. So I'm not sure what his thought process was here. Joey's with that type of push out. Phil's looking to thin this on the left side. Like that, leave him underneath the 5, hopefully. Does not get all the way down there, and he does leave Joey the edge of the 1 ball. So this is pocketable. He can make this ball. I'm going to go ahead and say it looked as though it hit that twice. Looked like it hit the 1 ball twice. Hit it once on the way over and then sharply jumped off the rail and hit it again. That was a well-executed stroke there by Phil Davis. He's looking to just come across here. Looked like a sloppy shot there, but it did go right into the hole. Phil looking like the favorite from here. Not too much to contest with here. I expect to see Phil roll up and shoot the 7 in the top left of your screen there. He's going to shoot the 5 ball on the side. Slightly overrolled, but not going to cause any issues whatsoever. You see Phil just going to follow this up just a hair. Like so. And it's looking like we're going to have Phil Davis taking this one down. Do not see any other issues. Phil's got to complete one more 9 ball to take this match down. And he does. There you have it, folks. Phil Davis over Joe Dupuis, 5 games to 3.